First and foremost, hats off to Alabama. It was a game where I love my team. We're fighting at halftime. The juices are good, and it's a weird thing going on these last three games where you've got a big time players having big time performances on us. They hit some tough shots. Some hard shots, and then again for 9 to go off for 28 points is the difference in the game. We tried everything. We tried to deny her. We tried to make sure we didn't lose her, but you got to tip your hat off to the young lady. And then again, right now all our focus is on Auburn and finding a way.
Second half there, 11 turnovers. It ends up being 18 turnovers to 23 points. I guess just how big of a number is that again for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, I went from what we talk about praising the second quarter at 1. And then again, I just think it's what my team's at. We got to go for singles and not home runs. And when they start making shots like that, my team really wants it. I love their spirit, and it's just one of those weird funks that things happen. And I think sometimes we press. There was a couple of chucks that I was telling the referees, you just don't get a call. You're on the road, but you got to fight through it. Some 50-50 balls. I think the difference in the game for me was the missed box out where they got the putback there in the third quarter, and then the long rebound where they're able to throw it off my kid and retain possession. So they're heartbreakers. Those are plays that we got to make. And to your point, again, when you got 18 turnovers and they got 23 points off your turnovers, that's ball game.
When you talk about your focus being on Auburn now, how do you flush this when you're amid the 4-game skid?
Well, I look at it as 5 for 9. All right, that's how you got to look at it. You got to be optimistic. And again, there's nowhere else we can do besides focus on. I've got 3 fifth years and Jacayla and a senior. There's nobody happy in that locker room. There's nobody happy. My young women are working as hard as they can, and that's all we can ask for. And then you have to have a one-game mentality. We got to go on the road, and as simple as you got to find a way. And then most importantly, finish the week off with senior night at home.
When things start to spiral as they did in the third quarter there, is there a whole lot you and the staff can do on the bench to sort of control things and calm things down, or is it just sort of up to the players to do?
We've done everything at this point. We've walked backwards. We've walked to the left. I've changed my eating patterns. I took my daughter to lunch today, and I've washed my undergarments. I know that's too much information, but we're doing everything. All right, we're trying to stay positive. We're trying to have an energy for them that they know we're all fighting together. We've done a great job with our scouts. We're as detailed as possible. It's just coming up with those 50-50 balls, and sometimes in sports, you need a little momentum. All right, you need some things to break your way, and next thing you know, it's like our men's team, like we talked about them. What a winning streak that they're on. There's a juice. It's undeniable. We were on one ourselves during that 5 and 9 streak that we were on for the month, and that's how we're looking at it. So again, we're going to give everything we got to go to Auburn, who's really tough to play at their place, and we got to find a way.
I think on Thursday you said kind of felt like the team was just in a rut, and when you're going through this and you talk about focusing on the Auburn game, I guess how do you do that? How do you get them to not think about the 4-game losing streak and to focus? And not think here we go again if they fall in the hole.
Well, it starts with our head coach. As clear as you can see, I got the sleeves rolled up, and that's the staff I hired. We're just going to roll up our sleeves, and all I know is work. Right? To your point, you can easily focus on that, but I'm not. We're going to do a great job as a coach and staff. Coach Corey has the scout. We've already talked before this game. She's going to be at my house tomorrow night because tomorrow's an off day. Again, because the SC schedule's so crazy with a Thursday, Sunday, there's not really a true off day. My young women need to go to class, and just like the character and the standard that we have, you got to finish this thing strong. So then we'll give them off, and then we'll have a great game plan for them. And when our players see that a coach and staff is energetic and passionate to finish this, then I know they'll follow.
I noticed Debrisha was just extremely vocal in the huddles down the stretch, especially in the fourth quarter. I guess, what do you make of her effort and her leadership in that fourth quarter?
Yeah, I love it. I mean, again, that's a young woman who's a sophomore. We named her a leader for a reason. Her and Jessica Carter, who again is a pro. Jessica Carter comes out and just puts us on her back. 18 points and 14 rebounds. It's unbelievable. And Poe, she knows what's going on. She's going to fight. She's going to be a model. She's going to be the perfect players coach that you want, and that's what you saw tonight. At that point in the fourth, because we're in this little rut that we're in, we got to lead by example. And that's what I told my young women in that last 5 minutes, that don't play the scoreboard. This is about Mississippi standards, and we're going to finish this to the last horn, and that's where I'm proud. They're not quitting. They're giving everything they got. But, again, you got to tip your hat to Alabama. I think there was 4 or 5 possessions I turned back to my staff, and I was like, man, those were tough contested shots, and they couldn't miss. So we'll go back and watch the film. We'll find a way, and let's go to Auburn. Thanks, everybody.